Hello, Placentia community. This is Eric Holmgren, your ambassador at large with the Placentia Chamber of Commerce. And today we are in front of the historic Bradford House in Placentia. And I am joined by Peter Corrales of Corrales Law Group. How are you doing today, Peter?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good, good. So nice to see you.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for coming out. You brought the lovely weather with you, I see.
I had very little to do with that.
Oh, I thought for sure you pulled some influence there. Well, good. So, Peter, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Peter Corrales. I grew up in Placentia, and we started a law firm in 2012 in the city of Orange. And in the past couple of years, my sister, who's also my law partner, she's older attorney, very smart, very academic. We decided we wanted to do more stuff in the city that we grew up in and live in. So we joined the Commerce, and we've been looking to get more active within all their activities and sort of nonprofit, charitable things like that.
Okay, cool, cool. Is this your first business?
This would be my first business, yes.
Okay.
Straight out of law school, opened up a firm, and went from there.
Okay, okay. So how long when did you start?
2012. So we've been around
2012.
for a little while.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad. A dozen years now at this point.
Yeah.
So cool. What is it that got you interested in going into the law?
That's a great question. So I went to school at USC. I was studying business, and I was doing real estate finance. I had a job lined up, and it was 2008. So if you know what happened in
yes.
2008, all of that went away. And then I saw some of the interesting stuff my sister was working on at a big law firm, and I decided, you know what, let me try this law thing out. And I went to law school, and I loved it. So
Okay.
that's basically what got me in it.
What is it about law that you like? What is it that kind of captures your imagination or your passion?
So we do litigation cases, a lot of personal injury litigation cases, and I think that at its core, it's a really intense chess game all the way up to trial. So I like the strategic aspect of it. I like that we never represent corporations, so we always represent real people, and we get to help those people. And the way that personal injury cases work, a lot of people know they're on contingency basis. So the better we do for our client. We kind of rise and fall together sort of
Right.
situation. So
Okay, so you're more of the challenge of outsmarting your opponent of sorts with law. Is that kind of where you're coming from?
that's definitely one aspect that I
Okay.
really like about it. There's a lot of persuasion. There's a lot of things that go on before a trial that you need to think about far in advance, and I do
Right.
like that aspect a lot.
Did you play chess as a kid?
A little bit.
Okay.
I'm no grandmaster, but I do know how to play.
Okay, I was just curious because I know sometimes that people that are attracted to those sort of things then end up going into professions that kind of take on then with their childhood hobby or whatever the case might have been.
Right.
So interesting, cool. So you personal injury mostly, and is there any particular area that you're normally working with? Any particular style of personal injury? I don't know.
That's a great question. So I'd say 90% of cases are automobile accidents, things like that. We all kind of know those as the typical cases. We also do some products liability. So for a while there, a lot of vapes were blowing up on people's faces, things like that. So generally, if somebody's been injured and they think it was through no fault of their own, we'll look at it and see if it's something we can take on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. And now, as you know, with our chamber chats, we're usually also chatting with you and finding about what challenges you've had as a business person and how you've overcome those challenges. So what's one that Corrales Group has faced in the past?
That's a great question. So in the personal injury market space, I'm sure you've seen lots of ads, billboards everywhere. So, coming out of law school, how do you differentiate yourself? How do you stand out without spending a lot of money? Because we did not have, parents that were attorneys. They were all, not college educated. So one of the things that we did is to really take a market approach where we were doing a lot of guerrilla street team type marketing. So we would set up tables at swap meets, cost like $50 for the whole weekend, and give free legal consultations. We would do free workshops at insurance agencies, at any sort of community events, much like the Commerce Chamber
Right.
has. And one of the things that we continue to do is we really keep contact with past clients and make them our biggest advocates so they can tell people about their experience and their results with our firm.
Right. No, because I'm sure people know people who've had a car accident and then you're going to say, I was just in a car accident. What should I do? And then they end up referring
Exactly.
to you.
Exactly, and a lot of those past clients, they call us for all kinds of cases, divorces, criminal, etc. So we've really become a source of information for people with legal problems. If it's not a case we can take on, we always try to find it a home with somebody that's competent and qualified, whether
Okay.
it be referring them to the state bar, small claims court, or some other attorney that can handle their case.
Okay. Cool, cool. Well, that sounds very unique where you're doing, you know, I would not think of finding an attorney at a swap meet, but that totally makes sense because you've got all those people there, and everybody at some point in time either has been or would be touched by some sort of calamity potentially. And so that's a great way for people to kind of get to know you. That's a very innovative idea.
Yeah, and people always thought we were, the paralegals or legal secretaries, and we'd have to show them our bar card, and they'd like get a
Right.
laugh out of it and be like, "Oh, this is a free consultation. This is great."
Yeah,
So,
no, that's a great idea too. How well has that been working for you then?
very well. Like I said, in the personal injury market space, I think only real estate brokers have a higher cost per lead on Google, for example.
Right.
So we've managed to really keep our cost per lead very, very low, and all of our customers, our clients, current and past, very happy. So it's worked
Okay,
out.
that's good. No, that it looks like you found a good way. Well, and that fits in too with a lot of stuff that the chamber does, where we have the marketplaces and a lot of the different events that help put you as a person in front of other people as opposed to just something that's coming up on, the internet where you click it and it's gone type of a thing. So this sounds like it's a great way for people to build trust with you, get to know you, and whether they use your services or not, it certainly sets you apart from the big billboards, as you say.
Exactly,
So,
that human connection, it's missing in a lot of industries, and we want to make sure that our clients always have access to whoever's handling their case and that calls are returned quickly, things that a lot of people complain about attorneys for. We want to make sure we get rid of all those. So,
okay. Cool, cool. Well, I hope I never need your services, but if I do, I know exactly where to go for such assistance.
thank you.
So, cool, cool. Peter, before we wrap things up, is there anything else you'd like to share with our friends out there in the wider community?
Again, we grew up in Placentia. We know the area. We really want to be part of the community. So we want to be the legal source of knowledge for anyone that has a question, specifically personal injury.
Cool. And if you need to get in touch with Peter, you can through the Placentia Chamber of Commerce website. You can find his listing there and then call him and get your questions answered or have your case discussed in some way, shape, or form.
Thank you.
Okay, cool, cool. Well, Peter, it was great to see you and great to get to know more about you and your business. And for all the rest of you out there, until our next episode, be well.